when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
Hello.
Now I'm trying my best to do my best Christian Bale Batman voice. Welcome back to Coffee and Trailers. I'm Warith, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Matt Reeves' The Batman. Now, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe now so that you can check out my latest trailer breakdown. Matt Reeves' version of the Batman is going to focus more on the detective side of the character. And I know you remember how Ben Affleck was supposed to direct, produce, and co-write this version of the Batman.
Police! Hands up!
The trailer starts off with the police arresting the Riddler at a diner, and the Riddler's played by Paul Dano, and you can see that he's wearing the same coat that he was wearing when he was taping up the mayor in the first trailer. I really like how they made the Riddler a serial killer and not some crazy dude wearing green spandex. They zoomed in on the coffee cup, and then we could see that great latte art of a question mark, symbolizing the Riddler.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
One thing that really pulls me into trailers is the music. And I really like the song Something in the Way by Nirvana that they have playing during the trailer. It adds a whole new level of detail that you kind of don't realize, because who gets in Batman's way? Bruce Wayne. And who gets in Bruce Wayne's way? Batman. And who's in Batman and Bruce Wayne's way? The Riddler. I really like how they emphasize that the bat signal isn't just used as a signal. It's meant to be a warning. And in the previous Batmans, the bat signal was always used to call Batman. And I remember in Michael Keaton's Batman Returns, I think it was Batman Returns, it seems like he's just kind of waiting around until the bat signal goes off. And then when it finally goes off, he gets excited. And Nicole Kidman used the bat signal as a booty call to try to get some from Batman. I won't lie, at first when I heard Robert Pattinson was gonna be playing Batman, I was in an uproar. I was like, who? Mr. Twilight himself is playing Batman? Hell nah. But after seeing movies like The King and The Lighthouse, it really changed my opinion of Robert Pattinson as an actor, and I really have a good feeling that he's gonna be one of our top Batman. This Batman is gonna focus on Batman Year 2, and it's still a fairly young Batman, and it seems like he doesn't necessarily know how to let his foot off the gas, because the way he's just pummeling these bad guys seems like he's going full throttle. I really like the style that Batman's fighting, because it seems different from Ben Affleck's Batman and Christian Bale's Batman.
I've been trying to reach you.
Fire the gun!
This is about a king. And Riddler's the
Batman and the Riddler are meeting each other, and it could be a jail or it could be Arkham Asylum. But this is another aspect that Matt Reeves took from The Long Halloween, because in The Long Halloween, Calendar Man knew who the holiday killer is, and instead of just letting Batman know, he gives him riddles and clues from his Arkham Asylum cell. So it seems like Paul Dano's Riddler kills the mayor in the beginning of the movie and then sends Batman and the police on some wild goose chase, giving them clues dressed up as riddles. Robert Pattinson's Batman voice,
Fire the gun!
is already better than Christian Bale's drunk Batman voice.
Where were the other drugs going?
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
We have more shots of Catwoman, and Catwoman's going to be played by Zoe Kravitz. And just a little fun fact, Zoe Kravitz's mom is Denise from The Cosby Show, and Zoe Kravitz's dad is Lenny Kravitz. And Zoe Kravitz's stepdad is Jason Momoa. Just a little fun fact. I have a feeling that Zoe Kravitz is going to be one of my favorite Catwomen. Gotta give a shout out to the OG Eartha Kitt Catwoman. And Michelle Pfeiffer was definitely a really good Catwoman. She was one of my childhood crushes. But I didn't like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. No. And I definitely didn't like Halle Berry's Catwoman even more so than Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. And I will never,
ever
watch Catwoman again. I saw it one time, and that's all I needed. And I'm just mad that I still remember parts of that movie. So, now can you believe that this is Colin Farrell? It looks nothing like him. So they did a really good job with the Penguin makeup on making him just look like some kind of fat guy. Now I'm kind of curious, how tall is the Penguin gonna be? Danny DeVito will still be my all-time favorite Penguin because I can never get that scene out of my head from Batman Returns, how he's just eating that raw fish and then goes and bites that guy's nose. And did you know Danny DeVito really did eat a raw piece of fish? Talking about getting into character. This version of Alfred is going to be played by Andy Serkis. Alfred always does have good advice, but Batman never listens to that shit. Not until it's too late. Just as Christian Bale's Batman and Rachel. Rachel!
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Bruce Wayne doesn't care what happens to him. And I have a feeling this version of Bruce Wayne is going to lean really hard into the Batman persona. And he's going to push himself to the brink of doing something that he's not going to want to do because he gets a warning from Alfred about pushing himself too hard.
It won't be long before you've nothing left.
And he even gets a warning from Catwoman
It's only gonna get worse for you.
about pushing himself too hard. So Batman's definitely going to push himself too hard.
Ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I really like the fighting style that Batman has because it just looks different from Christian Bale or Ben Affleck's. And I don't think I've ever seen a Catwoman with a gun. So I'm curious, why does Catwoman need a gun? Does she need a gun from Batman? I don't know, but I'm curious.
I'm vengeance.
One thing they want to get across in this trailer is that Batman is hella bulletproof. They let us know in the beginning of the trailer when Batman took a couple of shots from a revolver and we're like, oh, okay, he's bulletproof. And in this scene, they let us know that Batman can take shots from 2 fully automatic rifles. So I definitely like that aspect of Batman being bulletproof. But I also think that they're showing us this because Batman's somehow going to get shot and that's going to be his downfall. Maybe Catwoman that has the gun is going to shoot Batman or be the one to shoot Batman. But something tells me that Batman's going to take a bullet in this movie. But I could be wrong. One small detail that I really liked about Matt Reeves' Batman is how the bat symbol is made out of the gun that killed Bruce Wayne's parents. Just a small detail that really goes a long way with this Batman.
What's black and blue and dead all over?
Now, I'm not 100% sure what happens in the scene because it happens so fast, but you can see that the police have chased Batman and he has no choice but to jump. And I have a feeling this is going to be the first time Batman uses his glider, his cape glider, because they give us a point of view of somebody falling and then they give us a really quick version of something flying past a window. So I just have a feeling that that's going to be Batman using his glider. This Batman takes place in present day, so it doesn't surprise me that the Riddler is live streaming one of his kills. This shot could be a little misleading, but it looks like Catwoman's frightened from watching Batman beat somebody to a bloody pulp. And we know Batman's rule about not killing anybody. What made him decide that rule? Is he gonna kill somebody and then he decides to never kill somebody again? Because the way he's going hard on all these bad guys in this trailer, it's only inevitable that he's gonna end up killing somebody. So is this gonna be the movie where we see Batman kill somebody and then he's forced to come up with that rule not to kill again? Curious. I really like the choice of Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. He's gonna be the best Commissioner Gordon yet. And in this scene, you can see that it's Batman and 20 other police officers. This is gonna be an area where one of the clues or riddles that the Riddler gives him that leads him to a dead body. So what did you think? Was the Batman everything that you wanted it to be? Because it was everything I wanted. I got everything from this trailer. And I am what some would call a Batman fanboy. Because I know I'm going to end up going to go see this maybe 2 or 3 different times in the theaters. Because that's just how big of a Batman fan I am. I was Batman 5 different times as a kid. And even though I wanted to fly, I still always gravitated more towards Batman, and Batman was one of my favorite, is still one of my favorite characters of all time. Are you excited to see Batman? Like I'm excited to see Batman because I am motherfucking Jews to see this movie. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna let you know my top 5 Batmans. Now, I'm not going to include George Clooney's Batman because his Batman had nipples, so it doesn't count. So I'm going to put Adam West as my number 5 Batman. And my number 4 Batman is going to be Val Kilmer because he really didn't do that bad of a job. I didn't mind his Batman. And my number 3 Batman is going to be Christian Bale because the Dark Knight trilogy or Christopher Nolan's trilogy is my favorite Batmans. Now, I'm going to do something a little unconventional on who my number 2 Batman is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put Robert Pattinson as my number 2 Batman because I have a feeling that he's gonna be one of my favorite Batmans. And it's gonna be hard to topple my number 1 Batman because my number 1 favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. The Batman mask is shaped just like Michael Keaton's actual forehead. So I just have a feeling that this movie is going to take Batman in a totally different direction. And I like how they brought in horror aspects to the movie because it's something we just haven't really seen in a Batman movie. Now, what did you think? What was your favorite part of the trailer? Let me know in the comments. Let me know who your favorite Batman is. And as always, until next time.
When the streets peak, can't nobody tell me ain't that guy. I'm back to the future, boy, I'm McFly.